It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. This morning, okay, let me say it. Tomorrow is Val's Day, and we all know people have been expressing themselves, especially by writing to us on Entertainment Review, expressing their love to their loved ones. But then, in most relationships, or a new relationship, or maybe a decade-long marriage, sometimes couples do experience insecurities. We have Reverend Brian Akopsheri here to tell us more about what is relationship insecurities, how to avoid it, the signs, and moving forward, what couples can do. So, Rev, how are you?
Thank you so much. I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah.
Again.
It's good to have you here.
You look good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice.
By God's grace.
Definitely, yes. Definitely, yes.
Rev, let's start by understanding, first of all, what we can identify as relationship insecurities.
All right. So, relationship insecurity is when somebody is not confident about their relationships. There's a fear of the relationship and there's no confidence in the relationship. All right. So, for instance, you're in a relationship and you are going out maybe with your boyfriend or with whoever you are going out with. But for some reason, you're not too, you go out with somebody and you don't even want to see somebody standing. You don't want to see you stand. You don't want to see a friend standing with that person.
Okay.
You don't want the person to feel bad, but he's your boyfriend or he's your husband or he's your fiancé. But you're afraid to be with them because you are looking at how people presume him or her, or how you yourself presume him or her. But there's relationship insecurity is divided into two fronts. There's a voluntary one and there's an involuntary one. All right. So there's a voluntary one, like I said. So there are certain traits about the person that you're not too comfortable with or you're not too okay with, and you don't want people to see. For example, there are people who I know a couple who came to a birthday party and all their friends came with very beautiful cars and they had to come with an Uber. And she didn't want other people to know she came with him. So she let him go and she alighted on the way and said, "Go, I'm coming, let me pick something." and then he went ahead of her. And even in the party, she didn't want them to know that he was with her.
Wow.
Okay, so she's already spoken in a very big front that voluntarily, that was a problem. Now, involuntary relationship is also when, for instance, you have gone through a past, an abuse, family issues, rape, something. And then because of that, psychologically, it has affected your connection with your partner.
Yeah.
All right, because I was just dealing with somebody last week, and because of her relationship issues, or she has been raped before, so even now she has somebody who is her fiancé. But immediately he's just being nice, just puts his hand around her, she jumps, and she pushes him away. If she doesn't, it's not something she plans to do.
That, yeah.
But immediately he touches her, immediately it looks like a flashback of whatever happened in her past flashes back, and she just jumps away. So involuntarily, whatever happened to her in her relationship is affecting her psychologically and is affecting her relationship.
Okay. I like the fact that you broke it down into marriage. Then, people are preparing to get married.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then those who probably, just started dating and all that. So let's take it from marriage, which is the most serious one.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are some of the things that will pass as insecurities? And I know usually the men will be the one to be the hard guy. So there are certain things, they may not even look at that. But for women, there are certain things that they would spot and think that, I'm not secure. I don't think that it should be happening in our marriage. So just take us through some of them.
Okay, so just give you some practical signs so that when you see them, I don't want us to go to the deep sides of it, but just practical signs to let you know that this is insecurity. For example, fearing to lose your partner. So you're dating somebody and all of a sudden some fear comes over you. Now, that fear might be physical because we have emotional insecurity, we have physical insecurity, we have attachment insecurity, we have financial insecurity. Okay, all these, and if we go into, there's a lot of time, but I just want to give you practical examples. So you are fearing to lose your partner. For example, if we bring it from the financial point of view, you have a wife who is doing so well financially, and you are not bringing much on the table. You become so insecure That when you see her even stand with a co-worker, you are jittery.
True.
Yeah.
That what's going on? Is my financial state solid enough to keep my marriage? Is something going on? Maybe, for example, there's already an issue at home, and for example, you see your husband standing with a co-worker, with somebody else, with a friend, whatever. You're already jittery. What's happening? Is he dating somebody else? Is he going out with somebody else? Or and all of that? All that are signs. So when you're afraid to lose your partner, that's one big sign that you are insecure. Or when your partner shows that sign, it means that he or she is insecure. Okay. Number 2, jealousy. Jealousy is one thing that is, you know, I always say that a bit of everything is good. Fine, and little bit of jealousy sometimes helps, because one, it helps you to be protective.
Yeah.
You know, so when somebody wants to take advantage of your wife or your husband, you are there to. So that is the good side of it. But the bad side of jealousy is when it takes complete hold over you, and it makes you seriously insecure and breaks your lack of confidence. So right now, when you see maybe your boyfriend or your wife or your husband standing with somebody, you are already on fire. And when all of a sudden, it creates issues, because then you are bringing, you start bringing issues out of nothing.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't know it. Maybe our cousin
but because you see him standing with her, and sometimes this sometimes happen with physical insecurity. For example, you see your husband, you know your husband likes fair ladies. So immediately you see, and maybe you are dark, or maybe you are chocolate. So when you see him stand with any fair lady, you're already on edge.
It becomes a problem.
Yes, so jealousy is a very high. In fact, I put it as first, that, you know, breeds insecurities, and it could have a very big form. Now, negativity.
Okay.
All right, so negativity. So right now, it breeds insecurity. So right now, everything about the relationship, there's a negative tone to it.
Yeah.
Everything the person does, there's a negative thing to it. Oh, even if the person means well, you have to create a negative part to be able to stick to it. And that shows that you're insecure. All right, and that would go a long way to mar and disturb your relationship.
Yeah.
Now, one very big sign, and it disturbs every single relationship, is analyzing demand for gadgets. So, for example, you see your husband, maybe he's tweeting or he's WhatsApping. You want to know who he's WhatsApping.
Yeah.
You get to, please, can I have your password? Let me see what's on your phone. You see, now, people even use that password as a form of loyalty. So if you want to show me that you really love me, or you really trust me, give me your phone. Exactly. Let me go through. Give me your password. Let me go through. Let me see who you are talking with. Let me see who you called. Let me see all of that. So when you see your partner start asking you, give me your password, I want to see what's going on. And who are you chatting with? All of a sudden, the person is so concerned with who you are talking with. He doesn't want to know if it's a business partner. I want to know, just to have that consolation that he or she is not cheating on you.
Okay.
But Rev, is it a bad thing to feel insecure? Is it a bad thing?
Yes.
It's a bad thing.
Yes.
It's a bad thing.
Yes.
It's a bad thing.
Remember, you control. Let me just announce the WhatsApp number so that people can just join in. So you can, wherever you're watching the show from, you can join us with your questions or your contributions to our discussion, your insecurities in relationships. The number is on your screen, 0553 000035. We've got a few minutes to go, so please let them come in quickly. 0553 000035, and we'll ask Reverend some of the questions that you bring in here. So, yeah.
But Rev has given us the signs of insecurities. Now, what causes that particular sign? Because most often, I don't think if I'm married to someone, I'll just get up one day and just say, I'm being jealous. You see, sometimes human beings are already like that. There are certain things I'm particular about it. But if you realize your partner wasn't like that, and along the line, you see your partner developing the jealousy, the worrying, the attention, all these signs. What causes those signs? What causes that? Is there something that is causing those things to pop up all of a sudden? Okay.
Yes, there are signs that they are causes that make people behave that way. Yeah. Nothing happens for no reason.
Exactly.
Now, I mentioned earlier that past experiences. So the person had an experience with a boyfriend before,
Okay.
a husband before, the person had an abuse before. Maybe I would sometimes just common information or belief systems can affect or cause those insecurities. So when you have a hurtful past experience, it can generate it. So maybe you have a situation where somebody disappointed you before. You've been so good, you've been the perfect fiancé, you've been a perfect girlfriend, perfect wife, and all of a sudden, he cheated on you, she cheated on you, and all of that. All of a sudden, it creates a very high level of security. So even now, when the person even means well, you are thinking that, no, he will do it again.
Yeah.
You know, when the person is even trying to, you know, oh, don't worry, I made a mistake in the past. Or maybe even a new relationship. You take what is divided into the old relationship and bring it to a new relationship and still think that this new person is like the old one.
Yeah.
So past relationships or past experiences can do that. Low self-confidence can do that. Low self-confidence.
That one I know is very, very true. Some women have low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and it can really breed insecurities. It even causes a problem to their significant other. It's really a problem.
Okay. So I mean, the bits about if you've got experiences, how do you make sure that you do not let that affect any other one that you get into? Because then you're, well, it's a new person, or maybe it's the same person that you might have forgiven. Moving forward, I know there may be flashbacks and all of those things, but how do you make sure that you keep it, in quote, sane, and so you both of you can have a good one?
Okay. One very important one is you have to begin to build trust. Because one, if you don't have trust, a little bit of a loss of trust can start breeding insecurity again. So you need to begin to start to build trust. You need to be able to communicate effectively. So whatever are your issues, whatever you feel that you're going through, you talk to your partner about it.
Okay.
This is what I'm having. These are the issues I'm having. These are the problems I'm having. This is what I had in the past, and this is my fear, and all of that. When you tell your partner, or you begin to, you know, communicate effectively, it becomes easy to be able to overcome it. And that way you are informing your partner of certain traits. Okay. Because there are certain traits that will breed insecurity. But when you tell him about it, and then how he knows, if he knows that when you see him in certain lights, you become very uncomfortable and very insecure. When you let him know that, when he's in those lights, he remembers you've told him that, and he veers from that part as much as possible. And when you start having those insecurities, you need to be able to look for a counselor to talk to. Either a counselor, either therapy, either somebody who you can talk to who can help you. Maybe your pastor, maybe a counselor, maybe anybody who can help you therapy. Because trust me, I know somebody who have gone through about 5, 6, 7 relationships. I've seen people who have gone about 4, 5 marriages because of this. Something simple. And then the person does not want to go through this. I can't go through this again. She's not even interested in solving the problem, but I can't go through this again because of what has happened in the past. So if we are able to do that, it will help that. And we just have to stop analyzing and overthinking. We overthink sometimes. So it is not even the issue, but we are overthinking because of what has happened.
Creating our own scenarios,
creating our own self, play the whole movie in your head, and it's not even true. You know, so we have to stop analyzing, stop overthinking. You know, allow certain things to slide, and you know, look at things in a positive light. You know, so that you don't always have that mindset of negativity and more issues growing up in your relationship.
Okay, so if you just joined us, we're talking to Reverend Brian Akopsheri. Always a pleasure having me and with him, and we're talking about insecurities in relationship. That's against tomorrow being Valentine's Day. I know tomorrow people solve their issues. People try to mend all of that. We are helping you do that this one. So let us hear from you, 0553-000035 with any question that you've got about this particular topic. Now, Reverend, now to people get into relationships, they know a certain person. They know the person from the very beginning, and along the line, things happen and change. Now I asked the question about changes that happen along the line. This one too about, you know, the person had time for you, blah, blah, all of those things. Then along the way, other things come in. How do both of you find a way to talk it out so it doesn't look like one person is losing at the other side, and then makes the person more insecure, because now maybe you're getting more busier. You're initially maybe you weren't busier like that, but you're getting more busier now. You're going out a lot more because you've got to meet people because of work or some other things, and then the person is not, too happy about it.
All right. Yes. So when you see maybe your husband, your wife, your fiancé, I would use people who are not married first, and then I'll go to married people. Okay. Married people. Those who, for example, are not. You are dating somebody and the person is just changed all of a sudden. Sometimes it's just he's just on the verge that he's not interested anymore. Or maybe something else came in and then he's seen somebody else, or maybe he's not happy in the relationship and somehow he wants out. Okay. It happens that way. There are ones too who genuinely something came up, like you said, he's got busy. He wasn't working when he met you, but now he's busy. He's doing a lot of work and all of that. You need to sit down to talk about the situation. One thing that helps relationships better is communication. If you don't talk, forget about it. You would lose your relationship. Okay. So you need to be able to talk. Both of you look at the situation, look at what is going on, look at how best you can help yourselves. And that way it can help. So if he thinks that maybe he's having too much time at work, he's able to explain to you why he's having too much time at work. If maybe not, somebody's not taking his time. Maybe work is making him not have time. Okay, then now, so if we can't have time because of work, what time can we sit down? What time can we have work? What time can we go out? What time can we do it? And when you have that, it makes the person understand that you are not genuinely pushing them away, but something is involved, and that's what is making that happen. And definitely once you are in a relationship and he loves you and you love her, there is always understanding, because if you don't understand, if you don't have understanding relationship, trust me, you might love the person. If you don't have understanding, you're in trouble. You might have understanding. If you don't love the person, you're in trouble. So both go hand in hand. And when you understand the person and you love the person, then definitely whatever issues you talk about, both of you should be able to come to an agreement.
Okay.
Both of you have to come to an agreement. It's about communication and understanding. Yep. Sometimes you might communicate and the understanding is not there. So it goes hand in hand. Communication and understanding. Reverend Brian Akopsheri, thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Teaching us all these things this morning. I hope you've soaked a lot of things.
I mean, of course, myself and everybody who's watched this one, we've had a lot of lesson learned here from Rev.